Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Drawing Night. We're just gonna be sitting here having a nice relaxing time. At least I'm assuming. That's the goal. So you give me a minute. Need to sort out a couple windows real quick so I can figure out it. Guess we'll place this here. Guess we'll place this window here. That is fine. Y'all have to tell me if the audio is weird or not. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. There we go. There we go. Let me draw a circle real quick. We can just draw a nice circle. A nice circle. Let's see here. Let's try to even this out, right? That's a little... That nose is a little lopsided. that over there. Let's see what I can get away with in terms of eye shape. I don't think that one's working out a bit. It's fine. Might look a bit stiff, but we can fix that up later. Oh, these should probably be a little bit. This should be a little bit higher, a little bit wider. Maybe not. We'll figure it out, guys. We'll figure it out. Or not, but you know. There we go. There, yeah. We can fix the ear placements later. It's fine. It's fine. Let me figure out where like the rest of this is going. Ah, Ben! Hello. Hope you're having a good afternoon. Or morning. It's hard for me to remember time zones. I just had some food right before starting stream. So we're doing a good time. We're doing okay. Oh, there you go. There you go. Get some of that fried rice. It. What am I cooking? We're just drawing. We're just doing some things, right? Yeah. Let's get a chin in there. There's probably some changes we're gonna have to make to some proportions. You say nothing, but it's the cutest art. Ah, thank you, thank you. We can fix that later. There's a bunch of proportions that'll have to get ironed out as we go along. There we go. Oh, that needs to be a slightly different shape. Has to come off as a bit more friendly, you know. Hello, Ringy. Is ever properly proportional? Look, I care a little bit. Cause I'm like, I did kind of learn that stuff way back when in college. In college, I should do better about it. But I'm one of those people that just kind of like after leaving college got a lot worse at drawing. Or I guess a lot worse isn't the right thing to say. My artwork now does look better than when it did in college, but you know, I don't put as many things into practice, right? That's probably better. I got pretty lazy with following rules of art. Yeah. Like your wallet? No. Yeah, I'm bad with money as well. I'm not great with the finances. But that's fine. That's fine. We'll make it. We'll make it, guys. No worries. should be proud of myself. Some days I am, you know. Some days. That's just the life of an artist, right? Like, finance is ever fine in this economy. Oh my god, you right though. Do I want to do something with the arm? I don't know if I want to do something with the arm. What's the we'll erase the arm for a minute. So I can figure out what I'm doing and don't get distracted. Give me one moment, grabbing an image real quick. Okay. Pillow grade. As it should be, right? Like, sadly, they're gonna be mostly covered up, but you know, we gotta. There we go. How does this hoodie look? Tigor? Yeah, Tigor. Hello, Shelky. We're just sitting here drawing a Tigor. Just liked and subbed. Ah, oh, thank you. Hope you enjoy your time here. I like to think that we have a grand old time, just kind of doing whatever. Yeah. Let's see here. I don't know. I need to make the... Eventually I need to fix this head. Actually make his head look a bit more correct. Gotta put the eyebrows. There we go. There we go. Has question, do I play any games? That's a lot of what I do on this channel. If you like look at the other streams that I do, it's mostly video games. At least in the past year. I used to do a lot more art streams, but I've been doing a lot more art off stream, so it was like really hard for a while to motivate myself to draw on stream. I'm just like it's like I've already just drawn for like 8 hours. Do I wanna stream myself doing that? Like, yeah, but I figured that I should do this more often. Let me move this eyeball. Let's try to fix this eye real quick. It's probably not going to work, but you know, we can make the attempts. Yeah, it looks a bit stiff in the expression. I'm sure we can iron that out, maybe just a little bit. How do we get the fluff to look a little bit better? Here, let me check on. There. The music looked a little bit loud, so let's turn that down just a bit. Just a bit. Either that or I'm too quiet, but you know, it's hard for me to tell. Like, what do you think I am, a sound engineer? I don't know. Let's try to get that curve looking okay. There we go. There we go. Go. We need to get this to look a little bit nicer, a little bit more neat. What's my Spotify's work playlist? I don't use Spotify. This is just like a bunch of tracks from FVNs. Just you know, everyone's familiar with it, you know. Figured I should do that. Make people more comfortable on this channel if they come over from my main channel. Apple Music? I don't think I know anyone that uses Apple Music. I hear more about Apple Pay than I do Apple Music. Oh, Chewy. Who is this lad? This is the Tigor from what was this? The one VN I'm currently playing. Pat Rice, that's his name. Good old Pat Rice. What, it's pronounced Patrice? Is that how it's supposed to be pronounced? I always forget. I always have a small aneurysm whenever I am reminded it's not Pat Rice. It looks like Pat Rice. It is not Pat Rice. It is not that. Beat rice? Beatrice? Is that how that works? Is that correct? I think I'm saying everyone else's names correctly in that game. It's like just this Tigor that I'm like, eh? How say? How name go? We'll figure this out. Look, I'm working off of like 2 images here. None of which is his sprite, because why would I do that? Aw. Oh, okay, that's cool, man. Yeah, I feel like this man has a much chunkier face than I'm, like, drawing for him. It's like I do have a bad habit of slimming everything down. At least in faces. Everything else, you know. Fix the jacket in a bit. That looks a little bit awkward, but that's fine. We'll get the body shape back in order. Drawing cookies. Cookies are weird. They're actually like a little bit hard to draw. I remember that. Because you actually need to know how to, like, render texture if you want to, like, show a cookie with other things very well. Which was always stuff I was bad with in college. Like, most of the still life assignments, my two professors would always be like, wow, you're really bad at rendering texture, aren't you? And I'm like, yeah. From a realistic sense, anyway. Like I'm more of a cartooning kind of boy, so the fine arts way of doing things escapes me greatly. But, you know, it's important to, like, try and learn those things in college. Yeah. Because those do be parts of fundamentals. Let's have an arc to that line. There we go. Fundamentals do be boring. Yeah, but for art, it's really important. Because if you don't got those, you can always tell. Usually it's like, it's not necessarily like being able to draw things in a realistic sense, but it's being able to, like, use shape language well. Like, that's the reason why the fundamentals are really important. They trick you by calling it the fundamentals. I had a couple teachers that made it, like, kind of fun.
Like, I find that the teachers that inform you of, like, why it's important are better than the ones that don't. Because I definitely had teachers that are just like, do this 100 times, but then not explain why. And so you're just kind of like doing it, and you're not sure why you're doing it. Proportions are the hardest thing for you. You just got oh god, what is it? At that point, like, if proportions are still giving you trouble, you gotta do more figure drawing and studying, like, figures. Yeah, until, like, it kind of becomes second nature. Like, a lot of good, drills for that is, like, giving yourself, like, a 10-minute timer and, like, just take a drawing of a person and try to figure out the figure of it. Not, like, draw it, like, realistically or anything, but just, like, figure out the form. And the timer is there for you to, like, be able to quickly get yourself a rundown of it. Hello, bear. Skimpy muscle dudes for reference, right? That do be the fun part about doing figure drawing, is looking up a bunch of, like, naked pictures of people. I draw his arms too thick. I think I drew his arms too thick, but I'm also not going to change that. I think I don't need this layer anymore. Let's see here. Let's try to fill up the canvas a bit. Let's yeah, the body's a bit slanted at an angle that it shouldn't be at, but whatever. We don't want to be here for an 8-hour drawing. It can be slanted incorrectly. We still have to, like, fix his hair, though. Because Patrice has that, like, Lucas Earthbound or Mother 3 hair. Though I think that game is too old to be referencing. Like the people who were born the year that game came out can almost legally drink here in the US. That's a little too high. I don't know why, but I think the way I've done his face, I've made him look like a twink. That's for some reason where my brain is at, where I'm like, did I just make him, did I make him look too twinky? Is that what I did wrong? Okay, I should be using a larger pen size. Do I gotta daddy him up? I don't know. Would I call Patrice a daddy? I don't know if I'd do that. Actually, here, let me bring up his sprite real quick. I have not been looking at that. What does his sprite look like? Here, let's... I think his face just needs to be wider. I think an easy way to do that is just... fluff him out a bit. That looks a little bit better. Looks a little bit better. Cause he's has a bit of a wider face than I actually gave him here. Oh, that does help quite a bit, though. There we go. Puffed out his face. Very good. So here, let me try to emulate his chin scruff. Let us do that. Oh, hello, Alex.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Yeah, see you around, Alex. And the happy birthdays. Let's see if we can. Does that look a little bit scruffy? But not too scruffy. He doesn't have like a goatee, you know? He just kind of has like a little bit of chin scruff. Oh man, I'm gonna need, what is it? The thumbnail image that I have for him. It actually shows how his stripes look. Oh, those are some weird stripes. I've never drawn them like that. We're just gonna go the normal Tigor way that I draw stripes. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cop out a little bit. Yeah, yeah, he do got big fluffy side cheeks. Yeah, there's almost looks like sideburns. How do we? There we go. Alright, I never fixed the nose. Here, let's try to put the nose in perspective. There we go. That looks a little bit better now. Let's see here. Let's try to is that in perspective? Maybe. Not really. That should be, the joint should be like here, which means this kind of has to curve. We're figuring this out, guys. We're figuring it out. We're doing it. We're doing it. As 5 hours ago? What? Thought I only started like 1 hour ago. Oh, hello, Q. Hello.
It's like, nah, I was too busy being distracted by children's television to start that early. I had been, what was it? I had taken a few years off from keeping up with the Kamen Rider franchise, so I was like, oh, I'll watch a few episodes of an installment I wasn't around for, you know, like. So like 2 years ago was the installment, what was it, Gachad is how it's pronounced, and I'm having a good time with that one. Having a real good time with it. Would I call it good? That's up in the air. Entertaining? I'm highly entertained by it. I love how I wasn't looking at Kamen Rider for like a few years, and it got so much more anime like in the meantime. Which, like, is great. I say it got more anime, which is, like, not really a correct statement. Let's see here. But I do just kind of like the Kamen Rider. You know, been around for over 50 years for a reason, right? We'll figure out what to do with the hand in a minute, guys. It'll be a minute. Those thigh probably a bit too thick. Just a little bit. Okay. Is come on, playlist, you can loop around, no worries. Forgot to hit the loop button on it, you know, that happens. It's like, do these look like Tigor ears? I always forget that Tigor ears are like these weird cute little round nubs. I keep wanting to make them like normal cat ears, and it's like, no, they're like little pizza rolls. That is probably not how I'm supposed to think of them, but you know, they're like pizza rolls. Would you not describe them that way, guys? I think that's the correct way to describe them. Yeah, they're like little bear ears. They're adorable. Eh. Yeah, how do you all feel about like the Moonlight of Castle? You all enjoying that playthrough? I know that playthrough isn't on this channel, but I kind of just assume that if you're watching this channel, you're also keeping up with my main channel, so you know, it do be that way. I do like the Tigor. I like Pat Rice a lot. to no one's surprise. Yeah. You do like it so far? Yeah, it's enjoyable. I do still look at the bear and I go, what are we doing here? Was it Ryan? Ryan. I'm like, Ryan, what we doing? Ryan, you're getting a little close. Ryan. I need him to go red-pilled and Joker-fied, you know. You know, Selkie. Hello, Paige. Hello. Like, this is... Oh, God, what was his name from Tennis Ace? Was it Shoichi? I need him to go like that. Red-pilled and Joker-fied. That was an adorable hello. That's just how I say hello. That's how we do it here, guys, right? We always do the hello. Well, we'll sketch out this hand. We'll figure this out. We'll spend 2,000 years drawing this hand. What am I drawing? I'm just drawing a character from a visual novel. His name is Patrice. He's from the visual novel Moonlight Castle. Let's see here. that hand's a bit big. We'll shrink it down in a moment, guys. Just need to figure out how big this arm needs to be. Gotta figure out this perspective and proportions. I think that works a little bit better. But I also think maybe like that. Maybe. Ah! Ah, Kopika! Hello! How are you everyone doing? He's a happy lad. Yeah, look at this. How he's happy to see you. He's like, we're gonna do some workouts today, and I'm like, no. I am lazy. He's so you. Oh. I see. I mean, you'll be able to see him a bunch in the Moonlight Castle series on my main channel. Basically, anytime the game asks me who do you want to hang out with, I choose this lad because I'm predictable. Another FVN tiger, right? But if there's a tiger, I almost always go for the tiger. Like, I always go for the tiger. It's a bad habit, let's say. The tank top. Look, it's what he wears in the main menu. Okay, this is an actual outfit of his. Like, it's like, no, wait, I have an out. Oh, it's fine. Oh, hello, Mark. Hello. Shows the tank top tiger a shock. Now look here. It's always good. It's always a good combination. Oh no. Oh, I like the tank top hoodies. I think they're really cute. That's just me. Let's see here. pairs best when you're also no. With a jock strap. Terrible. Terrible. I mean, this lad probably wears one, but like... like, that's besides the point. You're not even saying that you're wrong. Look. It be that way. It be that way. Oh. Look, this is a sporty boy. That's a sporty combination of articles of clothing, you know? Like, it is what it is. It just kind of be this way. I knew I was gonna spend a long time on hand if I drew hand. But I should try to draw hands more often. Like, you know. This one does not look great though. I can be real with myself for that. This is not going great. How chunky I draw fingers. Yeah, I do always just draw nubby little guys, right? I think what I've done wrong is I think I drew the head too small. Let me see what happens when we... That's a little bit better. Put a tree branch in front of the yaoi hand? No. No, we're not that cowardly. It's like, how dare you even imply? Where did that come? Wait, is that not what you said? Well, just the yaoi hand. Well, you know, that's just how hands are drawn, right? I see hand in terms of drawing, and I just put yaoi in front of it sometimes. Look, I grew up during the 2000s. That's just how that is, right? Do you ever stop and think about that in the mid to late 2000s, like, Fruit Basket was the highest selling manga? Man, we really did live in a society. Oh. I'm not, and that's not me saying that manga's good or bad, just the statements. Just an observation. Fruit Basket's iconic? It is, it's very iconic. But it's like, man, that was before all of the all of the jocks pretending that like Shonen Jump isn't for children like started to show up in the anime fan base here in America. But I knew so many people back in like the mid to late 2010s trying to convince me that like My Hero Academia was a show for adults, and I'm just like, that's a children's show. Like, no shame in liking a children's show, of course. I'm do be a Kamen Rider fan, you know, glass houses and all that, but like, no need to like convince yourself it's not for kids. I watched The Lion Guard as it was airing. Like, I have zero shame in that regard. I always think it's weird when other people have that. It's like, nah, it's okay, man. You can just watch a children's show. It is okay. We're all watching Bluey, or like for a bit we were all watching Bluey. It was weird. My Hero Academia gets pretty dark. I don't think it does. But then again, like, some of the children's shows I've watched. I'm like, damn. No wonder this never got localized in the English. We could not put this. This would unironically, you couldn't even put this at TV 14 here in the States. Like, damn. Later on. No, I read Later On as well. I just think that, like, I don't think it got dark. I just think it got more dire. Because it's like, man, I watch Kamen Rider. I feel like that franchise is like the benchmark of like, how dark is Kamen Rider currently? Well, that's the benchmark for how dark we're allowed to be for children's entertainment during that era, right? Which is why things got pretty bad in the mid, what was it? The mid 2000s, when we had Kamen Riders like Ryuki, Faiz, and Blade all in a row. And you can see that reflected in children's television at the time, you know, because we had like Nexus and what was that? Ultraman Nexus. I can't just say Nexus. I know that people won't know what I'm talking about. We do love Ultraman Nexus in this household. How sad and depressing can we make these adults in this preschool show? Oh my god. It's great. It's great. And I'll always look at Kamen Rider Faiz and go like, how did we get here? Like, this show started off pretty comedic. Ignoring, like, the horrendous domestic abuse, car crashing, and bouts of, things with male and female characters. Let's refer to it that way. And even then, it kept going. It kept escalating. And I'm like, Faiz, what are you doing? Our target demographic is 5-year-olds. Like, actual 5-year-olds. You can't... You can't do this. While also having some of the most comedic episodes I've ever seen on Japanese television. Oh my god. The episode where they introduce, like, the guy that would operate the Kaiser driver. Ooh. Hilarious. Love that. But then we have to deal with Kaiser's character for the entire rest of the series. And, like, ooh, that's a yikes. I love how some of that man's storylines, they were like, we can't air this on television in Japan either, so we'll turn it into a novel. So we can get away with it there. And I'm like, bruh. Like, why are we like this? What are we doing? Wait. You know, that's when we were allowed to have, like, really aggressively, yes, serial killers as, like, regular main characters in our preschool shows. Where there's a will, there's a way. Oh, that character and that statement, oh, he gets there, and it's not good. It is not good. The episode where he's like, oh, girl, you remind me of my mom. And you're like, oh, this can't be good. And they conveniently, like, skip a section of time. And you're like, well, I wonder what happened there. And then the novel takes place there. And you're like, oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, but unironically, still one of my favorite writers. I'm not gonna lie. Like Kaiser is so insane. I definitely was just going, how far are we gonna go with how heinous of actions we're allowed to portray in this children's show? And boy, it goes far. It goes very far. And then they wondered why Fies wasn't popular. I'm like, geez, Toei. Maybe it's because you alienated the entire children's audience. What was the implication? You know. You know. It gets places. Where is... There it is. That look a bit better. I think that's getting places. Yeah. Bad hugs? It was bad hugs. It was very bad hugs. It's okay, that guy gets run over by a horse and dies, so I... He gets run over by a horse, sets on fire, and dies crumbled into dust on a beach. They were like, we can make this man as heinous as we possibly can, but we have to kill him off at the end of the show, because we can't have this character just running around after all that. Oh. Like, damn. Looney Tunes ass to death. Yeah. The horse killed him with a sword. See, this is the best part about Kamen Rider, is, like, I can say nothing but the truth, and it will sound like I'm making everything up. Oh. It's the best. You know, there was that time that they, the writer of Madoka Magica was allowed to write a Kamen Rider series. And he made, like, a show about break-dancing fruit samurai trying to obtain godhood. And you're just like, okay, Gen, you do you. Like, you do you, man. A lot of people are really obsessed with Gaim. I am not one of them. Durian, oh my god, the guy that uses the Durian arms, I'm just, oh. Bravo, bravo! Like, tell me you're gay without telling me you're gay. Which was pretty much, that was his whole character, so... Oh. That's as overt as they can make it. You know, the Kamen Rider Ryuki sequel miniseries just straight up has a gay sex scene, but, like, you know. Like, you don't get to see, like, their asses or genitalia or anything, but you know these two men are naked, and, like, under those sheets, and they get very close before cutting. Now, nobody likes that miniseries because, like, it's poorly written and, like, a cash grab on one of the most seminal television shows to ever come out in Japan. Because we are still to this day, copying Kamen Rider Ryuki. Shamelessly. Just shamelessly copying that series. There are so many times where I'll be watching an anime and I go, ah, I see the writer has also watched Ryuki. Copy it wholesale, baby. Oh my god. That's another fun part about watching Kamen Rider is because like so many people watch that franchise over in Japan, you'll get to see like the influence of every installment, where you can kind of, if an installment's really popular, in roughly 8 years to 12 years, you start seeing anime shamelessly stealing from those installments, because the kids that grew up with those series are now writers or directors in the industry. And it's like, wow, we shameless. Let's go. We love plagiarism. I love that the climax of Kill la Kill is shot for shot the climax of Kamen Rider O's. They even use the same dialogue. And I'm watching it clapping, going, I see you are also a man of culture. Because Kamen Rider O's, very good. Very good show. That, and you could, like, actually write like a college thesis about the amount of plagiarism in Madoka Magica. For very specifically Kamen Rider Ryuki. Holy shit. That's like liable for lawsuits. It is the most shameless I think I've ever seen. They kept the colors for the characters. Like, all the colors line up. All the plot twists are the same. Oh, it's really funny. Good show, of course, but you know, when you're copying the best, gets a little plagiarism as a treat. It's my favorite part about Madoka, is hearing people go, it's so original, it's doing so many cool things, and I'm sitting there laughing. Like laughs in Kamen Rider. It's like, ah, yes, it's very original to have the Yellow Rider die 3 episodes into the show, getting eaten headfirst by a monster. Kamen Rider in a different font. Yeah, so instead of following, like, adult men in their mid-20s to early 30s, we now get teenage girls. You can decide whether or not that's an upgrade or a downgrade. Personally, I prefer following the adult men, but that's just me. That's just me. That, and I think Shinji is a more fun protagonist than Maguka. But that's that, you know. Maybe it's because Shinji gets to actually do things in the show. Yeah. But it do be that way. I mean, I rewatched that finale recently, like the final like 2 episodes of Ryuki, because I was like, does this hold up? And I'm like, oh, it still holds up. It's still so good. Yeah, but Doka herself was very boring, and that's a shame, because Kido is like such a fun, like Shinji Kido, or Kido Shinji, I forget. Is such a fun protagonist in Ryuki, because it's just like, yo, himbo become Kamen Rider. It doesn't know what he's doing. Doesn't know what to do with his wish, you know? That's a whole thing as well, where like you become a Kamen Rider by having a wish. But you don't get it granted immediately, like in Madoka, you're fighting to get your wish granted instead. You know, that's where that comes from. And like half the wishes are the same as in Ryuki. It's really funny. I love the one guy who's like, I want a wish so that my best friend can play music again, because after he got into an accident, he could no longer play his instrument. And he felt so sad. I want him to play his music again. Like, really? Really? Sayaka, hi, how are you? Like... You have the one guy whose wish is, like, for time loops and shit, and it's like, oh, really? Okay. Okay. I've never seen this before. I do think it's funny that Sayaka specifically is this weird amalgam of like 3 different characters from Ryuki that were clearly Gen's favorite characters. Like the writer clearly likes some of his favorites. Because Kamen Rider Knight's whole thing was like, oh, my wife was hospitalized, and, like, I'm gonna use my wish to heal her while she's in the hospital. And it's like, okay. Okay. His armor is blue and gold, by the way. Oh my god. I love that the guy who's blue and silver, Kamen Rider Tiger, is his whole thing was like he had like an indomitable sense of justice, which ended up slowly getting corrupted, turning him into a metaphorical monster, which is like, I mean, when Gen made Madoka, he turned that quite literally, but you know. I think it's funny that the Red Rider, who isn't the main character, Kamen Rider Rhea, his whole thing was like losing faith in the system of Kamen Riders until the main character like gives him a pep talk, and Rhea self-sacrifices himself because he now believes in the main character's like viewpoint, and it's like, oh, I love Kyoko. They die the same way. Let's go. Except I kind of prefer Rhea getting run over by a rhino and dying. That was kind of more lit in my opinion. Because that Kamen Rider was rhino themed that killed him. Yeah, well, all the riders that series were like animal slash kind of just animal themed. The main character was a dragon, you know, Ryuki, but you know, the majority of them are just kind of normal animals. Rhea was a stingray, Knight was a bat, Zoldo was a bull, Oja was a snake. I'm surprised Oja didn't make it into Madoka, because Oja's such a popular character from Ryuki that maybe they thought that he was too dark of a character to be in Madoka. Maybe. Because he was like, what if a serial killer became a Kamen Rider? And boy, he do just be a serial killer. They made zero qualms about that. And was very much okay with telling you the awful, awful things that man did, as long as they didn't, like, visibly show you those actions. They were allowed to inform you that they happened. that was definitely a thing. Well, because you do have the, like, implied, like, child murders and things, and you're like, huh? Okay. You do you, Oja. I guess they didn't want to adapt, let's call it adapt. Like, adapt that for, Madoka, but, you know. Like, I get it. They didn't want Madoka to be as dark as Ryuki, which is funny to think about, given the age demographics those shows are aimed towards. Where it's like, again, you know, you could have gone, like, darker than Ryuki. Like, you do have an adult demographic. You're allowed. And it's like, no. It is going to... we're going to be not as dark, arguably less bloody, and have a happier ending. And I'm like, okay, Gen, okay, you do you. Because, yeah, you know, the ending of Ryuki is, like, kind of sad. But What, like, Kamen Rider series around that area did have a happy ending? It's like, ooh. Faiz didn't have a happy ending. Blade has one of the most trauma-inducing finales in the entire franchise. Hibiki didn't even really have an ending. I guess Kabuto had a happy ending. That main rider just, like, fucked off to Paris and became a chef. And was like, I don't care. But that was very on brand for Kabuto, you know? What was his stupid catchphrase? He would, like, point up in the air and say something along the lines of, like, Grandma always said, the man walking the path of heaven will replace God, or something like that. That was his catchphrase. Like, I don't know, man. It is very weird. Kabuto was a very weird installment of Kamen Rider. Oh yeah, Maguka just, like, becomes God in the end, which, like, I guess was their way of having a happier ending, because Ryuki's ending was, like, the world reset, because they removed the time loop, because of course we stole the time loop thing as well, and and so none of the characters ever met. And so it's like, well, that does mean that everyone's life is still kind of miserable, you know, because they can't get their wish granted to, like, fix their personal lives, but it does mean that they're no longer in this, like, time loop battle royale, so, like, I guess Knight's wife is just fucked. I guess she just dies. I guess Rhea will eventually succumb to his depression and, like, you know. Though I'm sure the ending, like, wants you to think of it as more optimistic. That, like, oh, it is a new timeline, so, like, those things, like, maybe didn't happen. Or won't. But, you know, they don't show you, so you just kind of shrug and go, like, well, okay. And then the sequel miniseries came out 20 years later, and we're like, do we really need a sequel 20 years later? Can these actors still play these characters? And, you know, they did get everyone back. That was a weird one, where they did manage to get, like, pretty much all the actors back. And then made a new ending that was infinitely more depressing. So I'm going to assume that the newest Madoka film is going to be sorta based on the sequel, like, 20-year anniversary miniseries for Ryuki. And if it is, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna, like, no one likes that miniseries. That was a bad new ending, a bad finale to Ryuki. Like, we did not want this. Like, at all. No. Here, let me do this. We'll move this Tigor down. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. Now let's see the damage if I do this. You know, that's not terrible. That's not a lot of cleanup I have to do. You know, we're not here trying to make, like, the cleanest drawing around. We're just gonna make a sketchy sketch drawing. How closed is this? Wow, really? Okay. Interesting. Well, I wouldn't call it like actually clean. It's still a rough sketch. Like, I just don't want to sit here for 5 hours. Because that is not going to be worth it. Especially since the draft for this is kind of mid, but you know, we just wanted a quick thingy thing. There we go. You know, I think Pat Rice looks all right. I think I did him okay, not amazing. Just okay. I'm representing in public. Terrible. 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 Also, hello, Ivan. Let's see here. How's my midnight? My midnight is doing pretty alright. Must say. It's just pretty good. It is pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, Pat Rice. I only felt a little bit bad that, like, was it the main writer? I don't remember which staff member, but like one of the writers of Moonlight Castle commented on a video saying that, like, they laughed at me calling him Pat Rice. And I'm just like, damn, man. I don't know this name. It's French. I don't know. It's spelled Pat Rice. I know which of the stuff you're referring to. Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with folks. It feels bad. I'm like, Pat Rice. It's Pat Rice, right? Look, it's not the most embarrassing, like, name misread I've ever done. What do you all think was worse? Is Dylan the worst, or is Derek the worst? I do love Dylan. Because I feel like Devon, we do love Devon and Cameron. And Dylan is definitely up there. Oh. Cameron and Devon. It's fine. It's fine. Donnie, we love Donnie. There are so many. Oh, you know. Okay, but I'll forever say that Scene is the character Scene, his that's how am I supposed to know that without already knowing? If I just look at the name like Sean and I like say Scene, I think that's reasonable. I think that one's actually reasonable, because how am I supposed to know without already knowing? Like, Scene Bean, yeah. It is a thing. Oh my god. What? It looks like Scene. When you read the name Sean, it's just Scene. Like, I think that's reasonable. That one is reasonable. Dylan is not reasonable, but do you think you can get away with calling, like, a Tron character Dylan? I think you could. Because that almost sounds... I think we can get there. I think that one we can actually make an argument for. Look, if I ever get to write an installment of Tron, I'm making a character named Dylan and seeing if that gets turned down. Oh, hello, Raven's Teeth. I believe in you, Josh. No. Look. The Tron franchise, that's not getting a real revival, okay? Like, they gave it a shot. They really did. And by that, I mean they gave it 2 chances for a revival to really be a franchise, and both failed. So... Because what, nobody watched Tron Legacy. And even less people watched Tron Uprising. Like, that franchise just ain't happening. The cartoon hurts your eyes to watch. There's so much happening visually. Oh, and don't worry, I understand why people don't like Tron Uprising. I get it. This isn't Josh screaming at the clouds going like, why did this show get canceled? I'm like, oh, no worry, I know. I get it. I may like that show, but I get it. What's Tron? Like some old 80s movie that they tried to make work in the early 2010s. Like as a revival, so, you know. I think more people know it for Kingdom Hearts than anything else at this point, which... Ooh. I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know if that's the legacy I want that brand to be a part of. I do this was in early college. I had this, like... Oh, what's Kingdom Hearts? Oh, blessed. I want to live in that timeline. Ruining another franchise, right? What's Disney? Oh, never heard of her. Never heard of Disney. Oh. Should I do it, guys? Should I replay the Kingdom Hearts games on stream? Do we want to put ourselves through that hellhole again? I feel like I can't do that again, only because like I remember upsetting people last time I played those games. Don't you dare. Yeah, because there were so many Kingdom Hearts fans that would come into chat when I would play those games, and it's just me going, I hate these games so much. I hate this franchise. And the Kingdom Hearts fans going, no, it's good, don't insult it. And like part of me felt bad, but at the same time, like, I'm speaking my truth. Oh. Maybe in a couple more years I can justify it in my head, but KH has fans. Oh my god, Kingdom Hearts fans are so weird because, you know, it's the ride or die Kingdom Hearts fans that are left. So it's the people who unironically go, "No, it's great." Like it's good. It has a good story. The characters are great, and I'm like sitting here with a noose, staring at a picture of Vanitas. Or Vanitas? Is it Vanitas or Vanitas? I think it's Vanitas. You know, just... Like, what was it? When the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer came out, and they showed... what is her name? Strelitzia? Strelitzia? These Kingdom Hearts names, they get worse as time goes on. But you know, Marluxia's younger sister, when she shows up in the trailer, and I'm like, oh god. Riot Games is... That one's, that's League, right? That one's League? League of Legends? Is that it? Is that franchise? Is that studio? I've never played League. I don't know. They played it in their childhood. Bruh, like... I played Kingdom Hearts 1 on release as a kid in 2001. I hate that franchise. I just... I should suffer through League. Is that... What would you rather me do? have one stream of League of Legends or one stream of Overwatch. What would you rather see me suffer through? League? Overwatch is a snooze fest, is it? But it's got the hamster in it, right? You already got Marvel Rivals? It's true. It's true. And even better, I have the Marvel Rivals comic book to read. Which is more fun than I would have expected. And definitely is like... Does this just tell us the next batch of characters at some point? People still play Rivals? Yeah, it's bigger in America than like anywhere else in the world. It kind of died off, I know, in Asia. Yeah, I remember hearing that it just kind of like fell off over there pretty hard. Which character? Jubilee shows up in the comic. Which probably means no Dazzler, which, like, unfortunate. But... Because I feel like you can't have both Dazzler and Jubilee be playable in a game together. Because you have too many people that go through the same character. So that's unfortunate. Because, like, unironically, I would have preferred... like Dazzler, but that's just me. We can make it work. Because Jubilee is there during the Hellfire Gala in the comic, so... And she's the only one attending the Hellfire Gala in the comic that isn't playable currently. Dazzler can be a skin, so she can't. But also maybe, because we do have that weird interview where they said unique characters will not be skins. Please ignore the unique characters that are currently skins in the game. Yes, I realize the Maker and Mr. Fantastic are, like, technically a pit stop. Oh my god. Like, they're... I can see why people would read a wiki entry and say that the Maker and Mr. Fantastic are the same person. But when you're reading the comics, you're never going to say these two are the same character. Because they also said that they won't make Red Hulk a skin for Hulk. That if, like, Red Hulk were to ever be put into the game in any way, shape, or form, he'll be his own character slot. So, like, that does mean that just characters with similar powers or, like, similar mantles probably will not be added in as skins. R.I.P. Flash Thompson. That's a me thing. I realize no one knows who Flash Thompson is. That's my Venom. So... like, that's the Venom that I care about. 2 Hulks in one team? Someone's never read the comic Incredible Hulks, in which the main characters were Bruce Banner, A-Bomb, She-Hulk, Red She-Hulk, Red Hulk, and Titania. She got to be there too. Actually, that book was pretty good. Not gonna lie. I did very much enjoy it. It's not my favorite run on Hulk, obviously. But it was cool. Yeah, Titania! I want her to be in Marvel Rivals, but, like, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, guys. She's not in a movie, so it's not gonna happen, right? That's the... I feel like that's the death nail, right? Is like you have to have been in a movie or a character that's popular in like Asia to appear in Marvel Rivals. Also, a little bit of an annoying thing that I don't like what happened recently. I don't like that they're touting that, so we're getting a comic for Jeff the Landshark, and they're calling it Jeff the Landshark. That's gonna be the name of the comic. And they're like, Jeff's first comic book series is what they're advertising it as. And I'm like, don't lie to me. I've been reading Jeff comics for years. You cannot lie to me and say that this is his first comic book. And yes, I realize they're promoting it as that so that they can try to get the Marvel Rivals like players to be like, oh, well, I know who Jeff the Landshark is now. We love gaslighting, right? And I don't... So the reason why they're able to call this the first comic is that we've never had a book titled Jeff the Landshark. This will be the first book titled Jeff the Landshark. I don't like this because Jeff's comic has always, and I do mean always, been titled It's Jeff. Like, just, it's Jeff. Like, that's, it's cute. I've always thought it was catchy. And, like, that's the book I've been reading for years, and I don't really like that they're changing the name to Jeff the Landshark for these reasons. Just, I think that's a bit annoying. I think it's a little bit. That and one of the variant covers is by the artist, like one of the main artists for Marvel Rivals, so it's like, okay, like, I get it. I do. I think that's fine. But it is like, well, we know who this book is for. Like, I'll still pick it up and read it, but if it's bad, I'm not gonna pick up any more. Though I hope it's... I didn't actually look this up. I didn't see if it still has the same artist that it always has. Because, like, traditionally, the book It's a Jeff has always been illustrated by, you know, famed artists Gurihiru. But, you know... most people don't know who they are anymore. That, you know what, the, oh, is it the current summer costumes we've been getting for Marvel Rivals? All of those have shown up in the Marvel Rivals comic. And if we don't get the summer outfit that Ben Grimm was wearing in that issue, I'm gonna be upset. Because I do love in the comic while Ultron is, like, destroying the Hellfire Gala, like, just down the way at the beach shore, you have Rocket Raccoon, Jeff, Squirrel Girl, and Ben just, like, playing at the beach. It just cuts over to them. They're, like, playing Limbo, splashing water, having a good time. It cuts back to, like, the mutants dying and Ultron blasting people, and I'm like, yes! This is what I want. Grandpa playing with the kids? I mean, yeah, I guess Rocket is there. He's the grandpa. Oh. I think Rocket is supposed to be, like, in terms of, like, the equivalency of human rears, like, Rocket is supposed to be older. Because Rocket is supposed to be, like, in his mid to late 40s. That was something that the movie kind of messed up. Yeah, he's supposed to be a boomer, guys. It's a... Because Ben's only in his 30s. Ben is only in his 30s. Because he was in his, like, I think it's his late 30s, but, you know. Let's do that. But it is what it is. What do you all think? What do you all think of this? Is it cute? Do you like this Tigor? You just reached 29. I see, I see. Let me dig into him. This. Just put a white border. Helps them stick out. I'm gonna have to zoom in for that one. We're getting there, guys. Pappable pat rice? Oh no. He do be pretty good. I do think he's the cutest of the cast. I mean, it was either going to be like... it was either going to be Pat Rice, Dylan, or Blake for me. Not even Ryan on that list. We were never going for Ryan. He's too much of the boy next door archetype. Man, speaking of boy next door, so I had made a friend very upset saying this, but I had said, we were talking about Evangelion, right, because that's his favorite anime, and I ended up saying, like, man, Evangelion is just, like, Gundam, but with the cast of Archie comics. And he just, like, looked at me very angrily and was like, no, you can't say something that true. Because, like, they're the same. It's the same. Not Mecha Riverdale. I mean, that is what Evangelion is. It's Mecha Riverdale. By the way, Riverdale update. I have reached Riverdale Shippuden. I did not know. There was a 7-year time skip. I love it. I love that the time skip is... For one thing, the way they visualize the time skip, I think, is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Where it is, like, Archie doing his very last, like, football game at Riverdale High, right? And, like, he, you know, gets onto the field, and as the football game progresses, between, like, cuts of, you know, between different cuts between scenes, things change in the shot, where suddenly you start seeing, like, military, like, barbed wire and barricades, and some of the football players are now in military gear, until Archie is suddenly in military gear. Instead of holding a football, he's now holding a rifle, but they're still on the football field. And it just, like, keeps going. Until, like, Archie is caught in an explosion, and then it hard cuts to Archie waking up in a med bay, or, like, hospital, with, like, his officer, like, his, you know, his general being like, "You fought well out there, Archie, but you're gonna be honorably discharged. You're out of the military." And it's like, oh, hello, Rungi. Archie has been fighting in the army for 7 years. Like, so we find out, like, of course we get to catch up with the rest of Archie and the crew, right? On what were they doing during the time skip. You know, Archie's been at war. What war? Shut up. Veronica has now moved back to New York and is married. And she owns a jewelry store franchise and is doing very well for herself. Very well for herself. Jughead is now a washed-up writer that does drugs all the time. Because as he puts it, it helps him write. And is now, like, thousands upon, like, he's a lot of money's in debt. And his life's not going well. Just not doing it. Betty, God, I love Betty. I need to say that up front. Like, she's the best character in this show. Love her to death. She is an FBI agent now. And she has just, she's not fired, but her job is put on hold. She's on forced leave because the rest of her department is like, you need to, like, not be working. Because it turns out she had just been rescued from being the only way that I can refer to this is she was Silence of the Lambs for like a month. While on a mission, she got kidnapped by a serial killer and was stuck at the bottom of a well being tortured for like a month. Because of course. Because of course, right? And the serial killer is called the Trash Bag Killer, who is still at large. So I can't wait for him to show up. And so she's back in Riverdale. Well, they all showed back up in Riverdale because the shut up. No, it's great. No, it's great. Well, we're just at the prologue. This is still just the setup for the season. But they all went to Riverdale because Pops is retiring from being the owner of Pop's Diner. Very sad, very sad. So, you know, they're all in Riverdale, and the plot line for the season is that Hiram Lodge is still trying to destroy Riverdale, you know, Veronica's father. And so Archie's like, we all need to stay in Riverdale to help support the town. You all can't go back to your normal lives. We have to save Riverdale from being wiped off the map. And so they all pick up jobs as school teachers at Riverdale High to help try to keep the town alive. This is the setup for season 5 of Riverdale. I am about 10 episodes into the season. Boy. I didn't know what I was watching. I don't know. This is how they keep the school set up. This is how they keep the school set up. Is they all just now work at the school. It's really funny. Oh my god. So the plot lines for this season, right? So we'll start with Archie. Archie is... his whole mission is keeping the town alive. So episode to episode is him like trying to like restore the fire department, restore funding to different parts of the town, and battling like legal things with Hiram Lodge. It is pretty boring. It's whatever. Veronica's storyline for the season is that her and her husband are not doing well. Her husband is pretty controlling, freezing her credit cards, trying to take over her, like, her empire and such, and it's not going great, so she's fighting both her father and her husband this season. It is very funny. We really don't know what we're doing with this character. It's fine. Now relate this to pro wrestling, we can get there. Because Archie still does own, what is it called? El Royale, which is the gym that he owns in town, and he does do boxing lessons there. So we can tie it into pro wrestling if we really want to. Betty's plotline for this season is that her sister has gone missing, and on what they call the Lonely Road, which is a stretch of highway that people just keep disappearing on. So this is Betty using her FBI resources to try to figure out, like, is her sister dead? Is she murdered? Who's doing these murders? Is it the trash bag killer? And it's a whole thing. It is a very, very whole thing. We're not gonna do Jugheads yet. We're gonna skip Jughead for now. What was it? Cheryl? Yeah, you know, best girl Cheryl, right? She has isolated herself in her mansion for the entire 7 years, because that's how much breaking up with her girlfriend Tony fucked her up. And she, like, her plotline is like trying to get out of Thornhill Manor, like trying to reconnect with people and fucking up so much. Like all her friends now hate her. Like it just, life's not going well for for Cheryl Bombshell, you know. Kevin and his boyfriend Fangs got engaged and unengaged within a couple episodes. That was very exciting. Kevin's still the worst character. He is still the worst character in the show. I hate him. Like he's bad. He's not good. So Jughead's plotline. This one's my favorite for the season. I am loving Jughead's story. So, as I said, he's a writer, right? You know, he's one of those people that when they get out of high school, they're like, I'm a writer now. You know how it is. But he's a one-hit wonder in the world of literature. So, in trying to find out what his next big story is, he's been like interviewing people around Riverdale, and he got a lead of something interesting. And he gets told to like interview some old guy outside of Riverdale about like some strange happenings in Riverdale, right? And he goes, and what gets him interested is like this old man says that he's had run-ins with the Mothmen. Zero clarification. Zero. Jughead goes to interview this man, and he finds this, like, mechanical sculpture of a Mothman in front of this guy's, like, lawn. And when he talks to this guy, he's just like, this old man is like, the Mothmen. They come every once in a while, in their flying saucers, scrambling with our brains, making us lose time. Nobody knows what they want. And he goes like, and of course Jughead his curiosity is piqued, right? Very piqued. And so he interviews some other old-timers about the Mothmen. And it turns out Pops actually had a run-in with something when in his youth. And it's when he was working the diner late at night back in the 80s. Some flying device appeared above the diner, lights shooting everywhere, and, you know, all electronics going on and off. Very frightening, very frightening. And when he goes out there, it was a flying saucer. The Mothmen are aliens. And so Jughead's plotline is to figure out if these aliens are real or not. And my favorite part, it turns out Nana Rose, you know, Cheryl's grandmother, also had a run-in. You're literally crying right now. Good. She had a run-in with the Mothmen. And so, of course, we have to go see Nana Rose, you know, Jughead needs to know. And she says not only did she have a run-in with the Mothmen, with these alien-like creatures, she has one. She kept it preserved in a barrel of maple syrup, which of course she still has. So she gives it to Jughead, and Jughead takes it back to the diner. By the way, Jughead's like side character for the season is the girl who took over Pop's diner named Tabitha. She's just a reoccurring side character for Jughead's like storyline. So like he has someone to talk to, right? And they do open up the barrel, and they find this like shriveled husk of what can only be described as like a gray alien, you know, one of those, right? Like the large head, like humanoid in appearance, but it's all shriveled and like balled up in this barrel of maple syrup, and Jughead is like, what? But they decide to put it off till the next day, because they've called a paranormal investigator to come in to try to verify this thing, right? And Jughead's like, I'll stay the night at the diner so we can keep an eye on the barrel. And that night, when Jughead is keeping watch, the lights start to flicker on and off. The entire diner starts to rumble, and Jughead, like, jumps out of the of the diner and sees this glowing light up in the sky. A spotlight is shown down on top of where Jughead is, and then Jughead blacks out. He wakes up on the diner floor. He freaks out, goes to the back room where the barrel once was, only to find an empty table. This is the plot for this season. I am so excited for aliens to descend on Riverdale. You don't know how excited I am. Like, how am I supposed to take this shit seriously? It's so funny. Like, it's... That wasn't a draft? No! That's just how the show is! And I love it. I'm eating it up. I'm just like, oh, nom nom nom. I want to see how dumb it gets. I need to know. It is beautiful. Cheryl does a furry commission because she makes money now doing painting commissions, and one of the characters walks in and she's doing like painting someone's persona, basically. It's the only way I can describe it, because she does have a muse, except she's painting her as a fox, and I just can't deal with that. Queen! Yeah, it's good. This is the average Riverdale plotline. It's still not as insane as season 3. I do feel bad saying season 3 was definitely the peak of the show. I do love the multiple serial killers, the multiple cults, and the haunted D&D game that the new serial killer, the Gargoyle King, descends and murders people who have played this D&D game. I love it. That season, peak. My favorite part of the show. Because, like, what am I supposed... Like, what are you supposed to tell people, right, about season 3 of, of Riverdale? Do you talk about the haunted, like... the haunted D&D game? Or do you talk about the farm? The organ harvesting cults? Led by psychics. I love it. I love all of it. It's beautiful. What a great show. I'm so glad Darian and I found it. We just get to experience this show out of time. You know, because like no one talks about Riverdale anymore. The show's been dead for like, what, 3 years now? So we're just watching this going, I can't believe the show is like this. It's such a good time. Oh man, imagine if we watched like Vampire Diaries instead. We would not be having this much fun. Oh. Vampire Diaries was really bad, guys. We watched half of episode 1. It was very bad. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But I do think that this drawing of Patrice do be done. I thank you all for enduring my my Riverdale update. Now that we don't have the full Dark No Stars Riverdale podcast that we call the Smoke Room playthrough, I gotta give you all, gotta give you all the updates on live streams now, but that's okay. That's okay. It's very fun. We have to have a little bit more audience participation, which is always a good thing in my book. But all right, everyone, I'll be wrapping up the stream here. So I do hope that you all have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys around. Have a good night, everyone.